What's going on, everybody? It's your boy L Dog back in the building, man. LARREACTIONS. Y'all already know what we here to talk about, man. So, your boy just got back from seeing Kraven the Hunter. I, you know, I I really went into this movie with high and great expectations, but that's how I wanted to go into this movie. But the fact that they released the first 8 minutes on YouTube, I was like, a big part of me was like, oh shit, here we go. Here we go. Here we go with this shit. And regardless of what people are saying online, those first 8 minutes, it caught a lot of backlash and criticism, but it really wasn't that bad. It was like, okay, I want to see the rest of the movie. But I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Aaron Taylor Johnson. He did a in my opinion he did a phenomenal job with with the little that he had to work with. I'll put it that way. This movie, man, it was just all over the place. It was the pacing, the pacing, the editing. It just seemed so off. Like, it's like it's one scene, Kraven will be doing something, it'll be daylight, but then he makes a call to the person that's helping him, and then you should get out of there, and then it's nighttime all of a sudden. Like, what the fuck? There's no visual progression to to that time of day or the time that it is in the movie. So I just and the CGI, man, there was this scene where he was fighting I want to say it was a cheetah or a cougar or something like that. That shit was, that CGI was bad. It was bad. Like, I just feel like when these movies are working with these budgets, and I know they gotta make so much money back, but the only way you're gonna make the money back if you intrigue the audience to want to come back and see it again, because it goes word of mouth. And right now, far as that word of mouth shit and the shit they saying online about Kraven, it ain't been good. The the responses haven't been good. So, you know what I'm saying, man. And let me say this: the movie ain't horrible. People are making it out like it's the worst thing. It's the worst fucking movie of 2024. It's not. It's not horrible, but it ain't all that good either. Know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's better than Venom 3. It's better than Venom The Last Dance. Let me tell you that shit right off the bat. I wanna say, I think I liked Morbius a little better. And it just, people keep going back. Oh, Sony's making a universe and they don't have Spider-Man. They're making a universe with Spider-Man villains and they don't have, Spider-Man. But if you take time to write shit like you should, instead of just thinking like, oh, let's finish it off with a bang. Let's hurry up and get this cash, because that's what it felt like. That's what the fuck it felt like. It felt like, oh, they're gonna come see this because we're with pertaining to Marvel and all that shit. And you know, it's just, and bro, some of the acting, a lot of the acting, like that chick, Calypso. Oh man, it's some part she fucking overacted, and it was like one word, a couple of words, and it's like the whole thing about acting is to convince the audience that you're not that you're not acting, to make them care about your character, but it's her acting. Some of her dialogue was so over fucking blown. It was comical. It was funny, and you know, man. And they say this is gonna be the last movie in the Sony Spider-Verse or whatever. And I ain't gonna lie, it need to be. It need to be. I really had high hopes for this movie. I did. I mean, when they dropped the trailer, I was hyped. I said, Aaron Taylor Johnson looked badass as Kraven the Hunter. He does. And they just I think they just dropped the fucking ball, and they should have knocked it out the fucking park, but they didn't do that. And it just don't make no fucking sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like I bet a motherfucker will be like, oh, like say something off the wall, like you want to talk about one of the worst movies of 2024? The Crow. The fucking Crow. The Crow, man. Hell no. The only way that shit getting in my Blu-ray DVD collection is that motherfucker hit the 99-cent rack. I ain't lying. For real. But Kraven, I'd buy it. I'd buy Kraven. Not at full price. But once it go on sale or something like that, I'd buy it. But Russell Crowe, from the dialogue that he was given, he did what he could. He did what he could. The story, you know, between him and his sons, it's intriguing. It is, and they could have put a little more. Like I said, the pacing and the editing was like really choppy, but they could have put a little more into that. But the relationship between Kraven and his brother, that was dope. I liked it. The reasoning why his brother has a change in attitude towards him, you know, when it's all said and done. Which I ain't gonna spoil it for you, but in Marvel lore, you all know who Kraven's brother is, and they get down to that, and they do it accurately. So, but what irritates me, if this is they saying this is the last movie in the Sony Spider-Verse, that they go that far into digging into these characters, and I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, I think it'd be dope as fuck if Kraven ends up in the MCU, in the actual MCU. I mean, I feel like his character was wasted in this movie. And don't get me wrong, the action scenes in this movie are great. They are. The way he moves, the way he uses his abilities when he can tap into an animal's senses or whatever, while he's staring at an animal and just kind of read their thoughts or whatever like that. Not really read their thoughts, but kind of sense what they're sensing. It's pretty fucking cool. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But that's the best part about this movie. The action scenes. Him using fucking bear traps and snares and shit. It was cool. It was cool. Rhino, I feel like they did a little too much. They did a little too much. I understand you gotta go CGI, but they just did a little too much. Like there was a close up shot and it looked really off to me. It did. When there was like a stampede scene, it was like some fucking shit. They look like buffalo or oars or whatever. That shit was you could tell it was just bad CGI. And I'm not understanding when y'all have a budget and y'all push this movie back. Y'all delayed this movie for a year. Y'all delayed it for a year. It should have been better than what it is. It should have been. I don't know what the fuck going on with with the direction they're going with a lot of these movies, but man, they just got to do better. They just got to do better. Sony need to get off that shit, whatever they own, and just sell the rights to their characters to Disney and let them do it properly. Like for real, I just feel like this being the aura that the trailer gave me for this movie, I was excited. But this shit is lackluster. It is. And you know, it definitely go check it out. Definitely go check it out. The action scenes, you're not gonna be disappointed. You're not gonna be disappointed, but it's a lot wrong with this movie. Just fair warning, it's a lot wrong with this movie. A lot of the things that they do is ridiculous. You gotta turn your fucking brain off. But hey, man, as usual, man, y'all let me know in the comments if y'all going to check out Kraven the Hunter, or if y'all seen it, what y'all thought about it. And as usual, man, make sure y'all like and subscribe. God bless the Fed. Whoa.